Hello, hello. So sorry about that. Swallowed by some technical difficulties for a moment. Consumed by them. Well, that was fun. Seeing all the rag dolls jump back into position. Okay. Very, very much hoping it's a little more stable now, but we'll keep watching it. I do apologize for that old buffering. Alright, so we're just headed down below the high wall of Lothric, and we'll see what happens here. In the meantime, for any of those who may be interested, while I was offline, or more accurately, the moment I came back online, I received an email regarding the live stream this afternoon. I've made a small last-minute change that I'm hoping will excite people. And I can say no more. Okay, so I do not know where I need to be exactly here. At some point, we still need to be able to take that guy out. And, oh boy. No, thank you. I don't want to be impaled. I don't want to go to the pet cemetery. Just gonna hide in here for a second. Ahem. I do believe it's... What we're trying for is down below that other tower where the knight just walked out of. Goodbye, knight. I believe we want to be over here. And yes, I am still in it. That was not the last-minute change regarding the session this afternoon. But that is a very good clarifying question. Hey guys, there's been a last-minute change. I'm not in it anymore. I'll see you later. I wait for that conversation every time someone gives me a role. Really? Like, oh, thank you, that's very nice, and I'd love to. And now we just wait for them to change their mind. Alright. So, I think the guy in question is actually down there. We saw him briefly ensconced in his cage. But it's the key that we don't have, if I'm recalling correctly. And who am I forgetting that lives down here? Aha, we did find that key. That's something. Let's see where this goes real quick. I wasn't able to keep an eye on the comments, regrettably. So I missed it, but was there a big uproar when I was introduced? That's very flattering. So we have a dark wraith hiding down here. I wonder if I can beat a dark wraith. Is he alone? Is it just one-on-one? That is so much damage. So much damage. There we go. A red-eye orb. Not a cracked, but an intact red-eye orb, okay? And that would be used for... I guess we'll find out. Maybe it's going to be one of those... You feel a jiggle of the cracked eye orb in your pocket. Do you want to inspect it later? Who knows? Get out of this, terrifying burial chamber. And that is a very good little piece of progress there. Just to double check, classic old double elevators, even though there's nothing above this one. So not important. likely no secret there. Let's head this way. Alright, and yes, this is the cage in question. Or maybe it's not yet. There's two of these areas that look very similar. I always get them confused. Here's the cage in question. So that is the guy that we have not, I don't believe, found the key for just yet. And what we are here looking for. We're coming to rescue you, sir. Madam? Not close enough to make that sort of distinction. I'm not close enough for them to have told me. So the key for it, I do believe, is in this same area, but it's one level up back here in the main spot. And then you go out onto the rooftops, where there's our lovely ambush gentleman, full of darkness. Yes, we have a few ambush gentlemen out this way. But this is the ambush gentleman, I mean. Thank goodness, and we continue. I believe the key might be just down here in this level somewhere. I'm on fire, actively, if you were curious. Oh good, that got him too. Wasn't expecting it, but I'll take it. So back in here, I know there's a spearman. Ah, that is a well-placed crossbow bolt. Ah, my poor spine. Alright, so there's that spearman, and then there's a couple of guys in here. I may as well take out before I lose the opportunity. Ooh, thank you, Twin Blades. Okay. So where did I miss a key? Perhaps this giant item right here that's very obvious? Nope, not that one. We'll keep looking. There's something down there. I swear I was just in this area, but maybe I'm mistaken. Or maybe I chickened out, more likely. Without a proper weapon. I don't think this chest is moving. Okay. We've got a shield. I thought I remembered going across that balcony and dropping down. But then I must have just ran for it instead of actually exploring the lower level. Either that or I'm getting it confused with my initial playthrough. Which often happens. Oh, I'd love to do this one at a time. Is that possible? Instead, let's sandwich myself right in the middle of them, like the cheese betwixt two crackers, and just hope for the best. There. Okay, I'll just keep wasting Estes. No problem. Let's grab this before I forget it exists. I think I saw something. No? No, there it is. Ahem. I saw something in there. Estes shard, goody. And cell key. That's the one. If you're interested in purchasing a dog, I suggest a cell key. Wait, what? Okay, let's see if we can get back to that cell, assuming there's nothing else to pick up in here. These bookshelves always make me wonder. You lead me to wonder about you bookshelves. So I am going back up one level, back to the main tower, and then one level down. I don't think I rested anywhere that would have brought these guys back. Aha. Well, here's something obvious that I should not have missed that many times. Okay. And back down. One more NPC for the pile.
Ah. You're no jailer, are you? No, you're from far away. And judging by the bell, you must be some of that unkindled ash.
That's me.
Remarkable.
You've nailed it.
If that's true, then I have a favor to ask. Below the high wall is a musty little town. Not the home of any lord, just a very old settlement of undead. An old woman, Loretta, lives there. Please, give her this ring. I'm not asking for charity. In fact, if you do this for me, I'll be sure to repay you in kind.
If I do this for you, you'll go find an old woman named Loretta and
most royalty.
Give her something on my behalf?
What do you say then? Huh?
I mean, sure, yeah,
Very well.
I don't mind.
I humbly place my faith in you.
Is Loretta dead? Is Loretta a monster?
And
I guess we'll find out.
Promise to assist you. Give this ring to old Loretta at the base of the high wall. Do your part and I'll do mine.
At the base of the high wall. That's very vague, but okay. So, those were the two big NPCs I think we were missing there. Hopefully we will meet more on our journey, but I did not want to progress any further without grabbing them as I skirted past originally. So let me just make it back to a bonfire and check if he made it back to Firelink as well, and then maybe we have time still to try to find Loretta, whoever that may be. Whoever that was when she was alive. he specifically mentioned the undead settlement. The only, like, old lady I can think of that I've seen sitting around is that lady across from Vort of the Boreal Valley, one of the first bosses. There's that church where later I believe the dancer will appear. And there is an old lady in there, but I don't believe that's Loretta, and she has nothing to do with the undead settlement. Where would that guy have ended up? There he is.
Oh, hello, you're back. And in one piece. Well, now it's time I do my part. Whatever trinket you need, speak up.
Taffy.
Just don't ask me where I got them.
Oh, I've lost the stomach for Taffy. Interesting. I do remember that now. There was something we found in the undead settlement. Sorry, sir, pardon me. There was this bone full of holes or something. Old human bone with several holes bored into it. So maybe we already found Loretta? And this will act as a, hey, we delivered your ring, but in actuality we just keep it? And then is that a choice? Like, can it go any other way? Did I mess something up? What does he have to buy? A couple of goodies. A thief mask. That's nice. Fire arrows would definitely come in handy. In fact, I'm going to get just 15 of them to help me out. So let me look this up just briefly. I want to make sure I'm not going to end half of a quest by giving him this item. Never can be too sure in a Souls game. Okay. It is hanging on the corpse in the balcony of a house, so it must be that very first body we cut down and then went to grab. Her name was Loretta. The only other thing you can do with it is give it to Pickle P, the crow, for a ring of sacrifice, which we do not need. So here you go, my friend. Thank you for indulging me.
Heavens, she was already dead.
So yes, there was no way to save her. We have informed him and done our duty.
Almost a relief, really. You can keep the ring. As...
Oh, thank you.
Well, a little trinket of thanks, I suppose.
I will look at it and think of you. I will think fondly of the eye holes in your mask that you're wearing far too low. Alright, so we have another merchant there.
And stay safe.
Let me just talk to him a bit more. I keep skipping it. Talk to him and make sure he doesn't have a second fetch quest.
You can keep the...
I'll have to beat another boss or something first. I think he will have another job for us eventually. Okay, so we have a pyromancer. I have 9,000 souls. Let me go ahead and buy some of these so I have some tools to work with in the future. Though I'm sure there will be better spells on the way. It's always good to stock up. I can spare some Titanite shards, sure. But not large ones.
What is it?
Okay, so I guess we don't have to go back to the undead settlement. We already got Loretta's bone, and we should be good there. We definitely have time for one more short quest. The next obstacle in our path is likely the Farron Abyss Watchers, which I believe are out just past the Farron Keep perimeter here. We have one more path of progress over in the Cathedral of the Deep. In a past session, I had confused the Abyss Watchers for the boss guarding the Cathedral of the Deep. It does not look like that's the case. It looks like that's another path entirely. So let's take a peek down there and refresh our memory. See who exactly is guarding this path, if anyone. I am not looking forward to the Abyss Watchers battle. I recall it very clearly from my first attempts as being, I'm gonna say 10 tries before I got anywhere. Okay, so there is someone guarding the stairs, it appears. Like an Eastern armored warrior. I'm assuming they will attack. Let's get it over with. That was a lot of blood. Are you okay? Do you need a second? Heavy hits. Heavy boosted hits. Man, the wide attack pattern of these twin blades is just fantastic. A little bit cheap. Completely phenomenal. I'll take it. Alright. We have a forest, and some dudes, and some breathing, and some dogs. One of those classic dude-breathing dog forests. Serpentine. There we go. That's the way. Oh, this is a nightmare. Somewhere the arrows can't get me quite as easily. Alright, who else? Who else has the courage? Goodbye. Goodbye forever. This is very dramatic. Aha! Just in case. Sure what was about to happen there. Sky is turning a rather sickly color. Some people praying around an obelisk. And a nice well. If I sneak in there and steal from you, will you be upset or offended? I'd hate to upset or offend. Let me just sneak on. I don't mean to offend. I'm just gonna slip through you. Okay. Well, that's a shame. So you have to decide to be a murderer to pick up that item, I guess. That is fair. Let's peek in here before I make any rash, felonious decisions. Okay. Okay. We have a little church and a little bonfire, and everything seems fine. Everything seems fine and dandy. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Merciful goddess, mother of the forlorn, who have no place to call their own, please bear witness to our resolve. Fire for Ariandel. Fire for Ariandel. And the ash to kindle flame.
Yeah, you know how church goes. That's pretty much it.
Wait, you've the same scent as that woman. Then
Do I?
You must be an action one. You must be.
Oh, this seems to excite you.
You don't know how long I've searched.
It's going to take one step back. All right, there we go. Okay, maybe one more, just in case. Goodness me, I'd rather have the Tiheen. I thought the Tiheen was bad and creepy, but it's much better than the Mahoning. What is going on here?
Don't mind me. Didn't mean to fall apart. Now, Ashen One, I have a kindness to ask of you.
That's my jam.
Lives in the
Name it.
cold land of Ariandel. I need you to show her flame. A proper flame that will burn the rot away. If you truly are ash, then it must be fire that you seek.
Yes. I will show your lady a flame. Is that right? Yeah.
Thank you. They of ash never fail. Just a moment, then. The painting of Ariandel. Well, rotted scrap of it, that is. Go on. Take it. Touch it.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd like it if you trapped me in a painting for all time, but... Okay, fine, we're going for it. Yep. Should've sat at that bonfire first. Didn't expect it would carry me off to another world entirely. But it's an easy bonfire to get to. We got to the Tiheen, eventually. Just had to warm up with some good moaning first. Goodness me. Okay, so now we live in a painting forever. That's our new lot in life. We shall never escape with the painting. And I'm not fully sure we're prepared for it. But hopefully we'll be able to bonfire out. Some way, somehow. Hey. I like your petals. Yeah, this is some nice air in here for a cave. Lovely, well-ventilated area. Yes.
Have you just arrived? How very
Did you see me
unusual.
here before?
Just how
Then I've
long
just
has it
arrived.
been? Rejoice, my new friend. For this is a true haven of the forlorn, the cold and gentle painted world of Ariandel. Quick, go along. Find one for yourself. A sweetly rotting bed to lie upon.
I'm just now noticing that they're not petals, they're like Maggots? Maggots, perhaps? Some sign of rot? But still lovely, compared to most things in Dark Souls. Lovely maggots you've got, sir.
You're no exception. We've all seen terrible things. But you're safe
Tell
now.
me about it.
Let it ease your burden. Ariandel will make a fine home for you. So, go on ahead. Find one for yourself. A sweetly rotting bed to lie upon.
So what you're saying is you have no more room here, on this sweetly rotting bed. You're trying to kind of pass it off generously, as though you're giving me a friendly advice, but what you're saying is get out of here.
Quick,
I get it.
the sweet...
I get it. Okay, you enjoy your bed. Thank you for showing me the ropes of maggotry. Ooh, it's chilly out here. I have to bundle up a little tighter. Yes, he was saying, no cuddles. I'm not ready to love again. Message received. Should probably rest at it. You know that old gag. Alright. So we have a snowy, limited visibility situation. Lovely area. Trees seem to, still be afflicted with certain elements of humanity. The poor dears. Have a javelin thrower. Alright. We're reenacting Game of Thrones already. Just that quickly. There's a lot more of them. Alright. A lot more of them than there are of me. No. Whatever that was you were about to do, no. Save it. Hi. Sorry to just attack you. Probably should have tried to talk to you first, seeing as how you're on a sweetly rotting bed, but To be honest, your appearance frightened me and I acted out of hatred. I'm sorry. I saw Jeff Goldblum in The Fly when I was too young, and it traumatized me. So, here we are today, making bad decisions. Let me try to take this guy out before he gets closer to his buddies. No buddies. Tree, no! Tree, why? You've cost me a hit. Oh, yeah. When I first saw these guys, I was like, I bet they can breathe fire. That was definitely... That is very effective shield defense he's employing. Okay. You there with your parlor tricks. I do not have a parlor, for the last time. So far, so good. So there's definitely an item up there. Something to keep in mind. I don't believe there was anything else along this wall. Let's check down here. This looks like a edge to me, which makes me think that they're going to break that and make you fall all the way down. I could be perhaps remembering this event from a past life, or maybe I'm imagining things. But there's no way to go this way, if I'm understanding correctly. And then also there appears to be nowhere to go this way. So I'm guessing something is going to change. Let's see what it is. I'm scared, though. I'm deeply frightened. Whew. Not too bad. I was expecting more of a 200-foot drop for some reason. This is good. Alright, so we have a new area. And I'm going to skirt the edge first, as much as I want to go get that item. Because of these guys. I knew there must have been a reason I was thinking that. Oh, so many. Wow, and little fireflies. Okay. I've angered the trees. That is rough. Okay. Get away from the fireflies. That is so many wolves. There are too many wolves here. I'm sorry, I just keep stumbling upon more wolves. That's a big one. Okay. It just gets better and better. I don't suppose you could fight the wolves for me. No? You're all in this together? Okay. No, that's nice. I'm glad to see a familial situation happening here. Let's see if I can get anywhere where they will give up the chase. Hello, sir. Never mind. Never mind that plan. So about that chase and the giving of it up, thoughts? That doesn't look good, coming through the wall at me. Can we just talk about this? Let's all just take a breath. Oh no. They want me dead. They just want me dead. And there's no stopping it. Really? Yikes. So we got a peek down there. Couple of wolves. Some Viking-inspired gentlemen. That are just lovely. Love everything about their aesthetic. But oh boy, are we in trouble. You guys have really nice looking helmets, and...
No.
What? Is that the guy back in the cave talking?
quick, a sweet.
That's weird. Is it because I died that played, or what was that supposed to mean? So it could very well be that we have to jump out of this area, get out of the painting, now that we have a bonfire to use, and then come back later when we're a little more upgraded, because these guys are handleable. But once you get down into the wolves, I would say no longer. Okay, so let's come back to that when we have a few more levels under our belt. Let me see if I can get back to the Cathedral, and if that guy is still kneeling there, moaning and moaning away. And then hopefully we can rest at that bonfire as well, and that may be about almost as much time as we have for today. Sadly, there are a few things I need to run off and take care of in the old booth before the big show here this afternoon. Alright, so what did I have to contend with before I got to this bonfire? This person is not respawning. Good for me. This was a bit of a nightmare. Let's see if I can get that item while I'm here. Come here, you dog, you. Took way too long. I so tried to dodge. Alright, got the item. That's all I wanted. Now let me run back here. Unless I die first. It's always an option. Okay. Just get that health back. And we're off. I very much liked going this way to skirt the archers. Let's try that again. I prefer my archers and skirts. Breezier that way. Alright, so this guy does respawn, and I imagine would perhaps awaken these other worshippers? Or perhaps not. I suppose I should go ahead and be a murderer. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry about the murdery. We'll be back, I promise. And for an Estus shard, that's something I would murder for, yes. This is a real Klondike bar situation. Alright, we got guys coming up out of the ground. Classic. Let's never go here again. There's another path down there, too, I need to keep in mind. I don't know what's down there, but eventually I should know. But first, this bonfire. Before anything else happens. Alright, we have no Neely Moni guy. He must have just Wanted to pull me into the painting and then leave. Rude. A notched whip. Classic Dark Souls weapon. Glad to have it. Interesting to note, too, that it appears, in my opinion at least, that this church was originally built in service of this goddess, whoever that may be. And then later, I have to imagine, this piece was put in front of it with a bunch of weird bald dudes. So in Dark Souls, much as in real-life history, all of the good things that were performed by the goddesses of our past have been, the credit for it has been taken by old bald dudes. So, there we go. It does not open from this side. Fair enough. How about this one? Does not open from this side. Okay. So we must need to go around into the graveyard there in order to open one of these. I must imagine. But we will save that for next time. I'm trying to think if there's any reason we should run back to Firelink again real quick. I don't think we got anything necessarily. Just got pulled into a painting. We'll head back there eventually. And until then, next time, we'll try to go up the ramp out there into the graveyard. Though now that I'm here, I'm very, very curious what's on the drop-down. We'll go up here into the graveyard next time. But what is this? I'm too curious. We got a thing. I'm not close enough to tell what it is. I want to say dog, but clearly it's not a dog. Alright, nothing for it. A lot of suggestions for torch. Perhaps I should have a torch in line, at the very least. Oh, here he goes. Yep. I am covered in leeches. That's really gross. Okay. I think this is why they are suggesting the torch, because you are being bled dry every moment, and when that bar reaches the top, you'll take a huge amount of leech damage, bleeding damage. However, if I switch to a torch, the leeches all go away. They do not like the fire. So yes, indeed, try torch. That is very, very helpful. I wonder if it even wounds them significantly. It's a much bigger area than I had hoped. I hoped this would just be a little item to grab, perhaps, and then spit you back out. It appears I'm fully moving into the next area. There we go. Couldn't figure out how to swing with the torch instead of just, aha! But that does. It wounds them quite significantly. It actually stuns them as it wounds them, and if there's any chance of you getting leeches on you, they will not be able to, or leave immediately. This is fantastic. Takes a very intimidating enemy type that has two chances to kill you, two separate avenues to kill you, and turns it into literal mincemeat. Thank you, Torch. A crystal lizard. Often seem to be in areas where you'll go, "Ha, I'm gonna chase you, lizard," and then you get attacked and killed. I'm imagining that's what this situation is about to turn into. So let's play our role. Haha, I'm gonna chase you, lizard. Oh good, we're alive. I'm shocked. Here's another one. And a staircase. Let's see. Lovely. And that looks like one of those crystal beasts. Let's not awake it. So I really have no idea where I am, or where I should be going, or why. Oh, that seems like such a nice little... okay. Never mind my hopes and dreams, it's fine. So that's where we got spit out. There's a definite beastie. I don't know if that is a path forward or like nothing. It must be a narrow alleyway of sorts. Aha, and here spits you back into the church, it appears. Yes, not the pew area, but the entryway. I didn't even notice this guy up there. So this is very much back towards where we started. I think I will end it here, up on this plateau. We'll jump down for the Crystal Beastie next time and see if there's something off that way. But I must run, with many apologies. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me this morning. And I will see you again, I hope, this afternoon over on the No Sleep Podcast official YouTube channel for more fun and live performances with David Alt and others. Thank you so much. I will wave at you if I can remember the controls. And see you next time. Bye for now.